this is the nice thing about having a bond originator on your side, because then I can give you all the options and then you can go with the one that suits you guys best, you know. Oh, yes.
We were ready for whatever.
Yeah, you were like, oh, holding the breath there. I could see.
Now, let me give you what's happening with us.
Okay.
We found a property about 2 years ago and started the negotiations with the property, what, and then we found out, okay, we actually weren't dealing with the owners, we were dealing with the renters, whatever, but we found the right owners now. The property is basically a fixer-upper, so they are very willing to sell whatever, but we're still in the process of finding the correct pricing for the property. But so far, it looks like it's going to be at 3.4.
Okay.
That's the offer that we're going to put in. So we basically need you to assist us with finding the negotiating with the banks and the stuff so that we can get that done.
Okay, that's brilliant.
I'm not quite sure. The property, I think we're going to get away with a little bit less than 3.4 million.
Hopefully.
There's a bit of renovations. There's a lot of renovations to be done. So we're getting the valuators probably next week or the week after. We're getting official bank valuators out to go and evaluate it, and then we'll
make a decision. Yes.
Yeah, I think the challenge for us is the fact that firstly it's a new trust that has been registered. We would like to register the bond in the trust name, of course. And I know it's possible, but I do also know that they might ask us for higher rates and stuff because it's in a trust. But as I say, I'm not too sure about the process. I've got a friend that went through the process, so he actually referred us to you as well.
Oh, great.
And he's a property inspector. So, this is where we are at.
Okay, perfect. With regards to the fixtures and the renos that need to be done on the property, would you say that it makes the property uninhabitable? Or is it purely just maintenance, or is it maybe to modernize the property in terms of what are the extent?
The property has been empty since September last year, so it's totally overgrown. We spoke to the previous renter there. There are pipes that will need to be replaced. I know the water is not connected at this stage.
There's asbestos on the roof.
Yeah, there's some. The property inspector did a full report for us with a lot of things that have to be fixed. So it's definitely a fixer-upper. So our aim is actually to get hold of the property first, and then later on even do the repairs and the stuff. And first see what is actually there. So our main purpose is to just secure the property.
Okay, I got you. That's a good plan. Just a heads up though, when the banks, if some of the banks will do a desktop, which means they won't come out and physically assess the property. A desktop meaning they will look at what are the comparable registered sales in and around the property in the neighborhood for that similar size dwelling, right? A type of structure, like how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, etc. If it falls within the ambit of that valuation that they can see within registered sales in the last 6 months, the purchase price that you have agreed upon with the seller is in line, they will approve it, without any issues. Those are for the banks that actually click off for the desktop. There's about 2 banks currently that do desktop property valuations. The rest of the banks are pretty strict, namely ABSA and FNB. We mainly see them insisting on physicals. We usually find with these kinds of properties that if that is the case, they'll come back and they'll put retention clauses on the bond approval. Those retention clauses, then you must just maybe put it into your offer to purchase, right? That if there are any retention clauses for upfront repairs that need work, like the piping or whatever it is, they'll make actual notes, right? That the transfer won't be effected over to yourselves until those fixtures are done. You might have an agreement with the seller then because of the reduced price that you guys do those minimum fixtures, or usually it rests on the seller though. It usually does. But because you're doing sort of an upfront agreement where you are taking on that responsibility, just a heads up that if we take the bond approval options from these banks, that you might have to fork out that cash up front. So just a heads up. But this is the nice thing about having a bond originator on your side, because then I can give you all the options and then you can go with the one that suits you guys best, you know. I would presumably go with the one that's, you know, just pretty much straightforward, and you go out and do your renos when and the time suits you. Yes. So we'll see all the options on the table, but just to note it that if we're forced to maybe go with a bank option that has those conditions, that you've had that conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And then just regards to the structure, right, going forward, we can approach the banks. I've just recently done a case very, very similar where the trust was very newly registered. So it was a non-trading trust, and where you are the main trustees of the trust. You can have children and other family members as beneficiaries. That's fine. You can also nominate an independent trustee, usually to oversee the administration and things like that. But as long as only the two of you are noted as the main trustees, that means that only your affordability assessments are going to be looked at. In terms of the business documentation that we'll call for, and only that will be ring fenced to qualify. If there are any other trustees noted, they will be ring fenced as well and required to submit those documents. Okay, that's brilliant.
Can we start the process with the banks and get pre-approval and stuff like that, or do we need to also wait for the trust to be finished?
I can, in the meantime, proceed for the pre-approval assessment, because that is purely going to be looking at your business information. So that's perfect. But I'll review everything, because what's nice is we're doing a pre-approval assessment. So don't be too anxious about, you know, if you're not completing anything correctly. I'm going to review everything for you. Apologies for this sound in the background. But I will, let me put it off. Where's my there? So I will review everything with your bank statements that you're going to send me, with the interim management accounts that you'll send me. I will just correlate everything because I essentially want to get the bond approved. I'm motivated to get the bond approved for you. So I'm in your corner. Yeah.
How's your fee structures, and how do you make your money, and what is our responsibility towards you?
So
we've spoken about us now.
Yes. So the great thing is here that you do not pay me anything at all for my service. So the bank subsidizes our commission on your behalf. It's in no way passed on to you. The reason is that they have acknowledged that in this marketplace, there wouldn't really be as many home buyers as there are today without us assisting you and guiding you in the right way. So they acknowledge that, and they subsidize those costs on your behalf, which is brilliant. And it's a commission that's paid to us once off on registration of your home loan.
Okay, that's good news.
Yes, at least something. Oh, yes.
We're ready for whatever.
Yeah, you were like, oh, holding the breath there. I could see.